Today, the Joe Rogan and Jerry Seinfeld content creating secret that they almost never, ever talk about. MichaelMcLean.coach. I am a former professional hockey coach, amateur hockey coach, team owner, turned 7- and 8-figure entrepreneur. You can sign up at MichaelMcLean.coach for free to receive these daily mental kick in the pants videos. I shoot these on my broken iPhone and they are in your email box every morning. I don't take any days off. Weekends make you weak. Every morning at 6 a.m., a different mental kick in the pants video in your righteous email box at 6 a.m. MichaelMcLean.coach. So I was listening to an interview the other day, and one of these goofy gurus, wet behind the ears, I call them pretend experts, and they were talking about 7-second attention spans of prospects, 3-second attention spans, your videos, your ads, your tweets, your emails, everything should be goldfish and mosquito level. And I had to LOL, laugh out loud, when I was reading this before I deleted it all. Pure comedy. First of all, if you're an entrepreneur and small business owner like me, why in the hell would you ever be setting up and marketing and advertising and running your business to attract goldfish and mosquitoes? Why in the world would you be dumbing down your information, your communication, your emails, your newsletters, your blog posts, so that you can attract people that are basically manufactured and mentally ill? Do you think I want somebody in my program, whether it's my newsletter, whether it's my mastermind, whether it's my email millions program? Do you think I want somebody with a 3-second attention span? Do you think I want a prospect who's got, or a client with a 9-second attention span? What the hell can I do for a person like that? My mastermind trainings are 2.5 hours. These broken iPhone videos that I shoot every day are 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes 60 minutes. The books I write are 200, 300 pages. I mean, I do the exact opposite. I repel and I curate, okay, the mentally ill, the tomato cans. I don't want anything to do with punch-drunk people. This is why I market to 45 plus in age, mostly men, but a few brave females. But also, how do I start relationships? I sell physical books. I don't want somebody that's attracted to a swipe file or a hack or a shortcut. When you're attracted into my world for the first time, I want it to be through you proving to me that you're a reader. You proving to me that you look at education as an investment. You're not one of these freebie seekers who spends all your time doing nothing but looking for free things on the interwebs. I want people in my world that buy books, that read physical books, that watch 35-minute videos. I want people with brains. I want people with attention spans. I want people with integrity. So when I hear these gurus, they're still living in mummy's basement, or these academics who haven't left campus in the last 30 years, talking about how we need to write at the kindergarten level, how you need to dumb everything down, and that, you know, the level of, I'm going to do the exact opposite. So that's exactly what I do. I make my videos longer. I make my books longer. I make my posts longer. My newsletter is 22 pages. The link is below, by the way. 22 pages. Because I want to repel all of the goldfish, all of the mosquitoes, and all of the tomato cans. So this guy was talking about, 3-second and 7-second. And then I was thinking to myself, well, who's the top podcaster in the world right now? Who's the man that has over 2,500 podcasts, heading towards 3,000 podcasts, the most watched, the most powerful podcaster in the world. Who is it? Well, it's Joe Rogan. Well, how long is Joe's podcast? He does 2 or 3 a week. Well, they're 3 hours. They're like Rush Limbaugh used to be, with 30 million people listening every day. And his essentially was a radio show / podcast. Rush had 30 million listeners consistently to his radio show for 3 hours, 5 days a week. Joe Rogan is doing pretty much the same thing with a video podcast, and he's on twice a week, and these are 3-hour podcasts. And he's number one. He's got the most listeners. Makes the most money. Same thing with Howard Stern. Same thing with the top radio guys, Pat McAfee. What's Pat McAfee? What's his show? 3 hours a day. What Howard Stern? 3 hours a day. Rogan, 3 hours a day. Rush Limbaugh, 3 hours a day. What happened to the 7-second attention spans? What happened to the 3-second attention span? Should Rush have cut it back to, 17 seconds before break? Should he talk at a kindergarten level? No. Like Jerry Seinfeld said in an article that I was reading the other day, actually in a physical print magazine, Seinfeld, they were talking about, attention spans. And Seinfeld, who's the number one wealthiest stand-up comedian, sitcom creator in the world, the richest by a country mile, they were talking about the difference in attention span between now and when his show Seinfeld was at its peak 25 years ago. You know what Jerry Seinfeld said? He says there's no such thing as attention span. He said there is either boring or not boring. That's a writer-downer when it comes to all your marketing. There is either boring or there is not boring. If you're in the infotainment business, as the great Matt Fury calls it, if you're providing information, valuable information, in an entertaining way, like these videos, like my newsletters, like my television ads used to be, like my radio ads, like my hockey ads, when I won, I was in the infotainment business. When my ads struck out, when things didn't sell, I was in the boring business. So really, Seinfeld just nails it, right? He just absolutely nails it. Doesn't matter if you're a stand-up comedian or you're a jewelry store owner or you're a t-ball coach or you're communicating with your queen or you're trying to connect with your adult children or you're writing emails or you're giving a speech at a seminar. There's boring and there's not boring. If you're boring, it doesn't matter whether it's 3 seconds, 7 seconds, or 11 seconds, you're gone. And you should be. If you're boring, if you're not in the infotainment business, well, then people should ignore you. People should ignore you, and they will, because there's so much competition. But Jerry said it best. There is no such thing as short and long attention spans. There's boring and there's not boring. There's entertainment and there's non-entertainment. So this is what I'm always thinking when I write my daily email to you, when I shoot my daily video, is I'm always asking myself, what's the story? What's the information part that's going to help somebody? You got to be able to help somebody. And then how can I do it in an entertaining way? I can give you the best money-making secret today. But if I don't do it in an entertaining way, you'll never watch the video. If I can't do it in an entertaining way, you'll never read the newsletter. If I don't do it in an entertaining way, I've lost you. So that's the deadly combination in 2024. And that's what Rogan does. That's what Stern does. Rush Limbaugh was the king. 30 million people listening to AM conservative radio, and Rush is on there. He was the king of infotainment, interesting stuff, and in an entertaining way. You never knew what Rush was going to say. You never know what Rogan's going to cover. You never know what Seinfeld's going to come up with next. But this just goes to show you that We don't live in the information age anymore. We live in the entertainment age. Now, I've said this a few times, we've now gone over the 8 hours per day, and this is because of smartphones, but the average adult, your prospect, your client, is on their phone watching entertainment, not business, over 8 hours a day. We've now crossed over the 8-hour threshold. So think about that. The average person, you take away the time they sleep, they're up 16 hours. You got 16 to 18 hours of waking time. Well, guess what? Your prospect is on their phone 8 hours. And for some people, it's a lot more than that. They're microwaving their brain for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. So, and it's all entertainment. It's not business. So you've got to say to yourself, okay, if I'm going to have a chance for my ads, my sales letters, my websites, my videos, my packages, whatever it is you're doing to grow your business and your audience, you better show up in an entertaining way. Remember what Jerry Seinfeld said. Use Joe Rogan as an example of what's possible when you attract the right people. Joe Rogan attracts a certain person with a brain who's interested in the topics he talks about. Seinfeld attracts a certain type of person and repel everybody else that is a zombie, a drone, the walking dead. Get them out of your business, get them out of your life. And make sure that you never, ever taper your teachings or your videos or your emails to the lowest common denominator. You don't want to be the Walmart of whatever niche you're in. You don't want to be the Target of whatever niche you're in. You want to be the most respected, most referred, and highest priced in whatever niche you're in. And to do that, you're going to have to attract the readers. You're going to have to attract serious people, serious students, book readers, book buyers, video watchers, and people with attention spans. And once you do attract that type of person, keep educating them, keep helping them, keep serving them in an entertaining way. That is my Joe Rogan, Jerry Seinfeld, and Rush Limbaugh rule for building an audience that will feed you, will support you, will buy your products, and will share their life and your life with you for as long as you are in business. Speaking of building an audience and also building a world where you live life and do business on your own terms, I've decided to go really deep on how I do things in my life, like not carry a cell phone, not touch my cell phone till 11 a.m. I don't participate in politics, or I don't watch the news or television. I've turned my back on pro sports, and I've been able to curate and swift sword all of this rat poison out of my life for good. I haven't carried a cell phone in almost 20 years, and the more times I've cut this stuff out, that I've swift sorted it out of my life, the more money I've made, the healthier I've become, and the happier I've become. So that's what this month's newsletter, the March Michael McLean newsletter, the link is below. I ship it to your house or office for less than a cup of coffee a day. So I bought my coffee this morning at Dunkin' Donuts here in Naples. It cost me less than $3. It cost me more than $3.40, which this newsletter costs. $97 per month. That's it. $97 per month. $3.45 a day, something like that. And this one's a 21 pager. I'll ship it to your doorstep. There's still a few hours left for you to sign up, and I'll send you one of my black 100% cotton badass t-shirts with Be Relentless on the back. They're worth almost $97, but that's my bribe to get you to sign up for my monthly newsletter, and the link is below. Badassletter.com. That's badassletter.com. and you can sign up at the link below. I'll send you I'll ship out your newsletter and I'll ship out your t-shirt at the same time. So that's it for today. Man, oh man, Jerry Seinfeld had it right. There's boring and there's not boring. The rest of it is all just an excuse. Attract the right people into your world and do it in an infotaining way. That's it. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that can change yours. Be relentless.